the first non-Yoruba, Igbo, or Hausa indigenous Nigerian movie has made it to the cinema. The village crime caper movie, delivered predominantly in the minority Nigerian language, Igala, screened to a packed hall on its debut night on the big screen. The movie, titled Acholo, is directed by Acholo and follows the story of a brave young man who returned to his village to help clean up the gang menace that had enveloped the community.
I'm not the Acholo you used to know back in the day. I'm now the community king, and nobody tamper with me and go free.
Yeah, Acholo is boomerang of a man's act. It borders on the rising security situations around Nigeria, and we are telling it from the Igala perspective. Acholo means whatever you do would always come back. You know, your act would always come back to you or to the society. If you do good, of course, the resultant effect will be good. If you do bad, what you expect to see is uprising, is crisis, in violence, is protest, and all of that. So it borders on a young man whose younger sister was kidnapped, eventually killed, and the young man decided to go after the kidnappers and killers of his own sister. And what do we have? More crisis. Expect to see the real African story, expect to see the African culture from the Igala perspective, expect to see depth, expect to see rising questions that borders on the current security situation in Nigeria. Expect to see pure art of filmmaking. This for me is much more than just a film that will entertain you. It is a film that will guide you. It's a film that addresses the critical stakeholders and managers of every society, from the traditional rulers to the security agencies to those in government and those who even influences those young men to take up the arm. Your act has brought upon us the crisis we have today. So going forward, would you rather, empower the young people with arms instead of empowering them with, more life that can get them to think with their mind clear and their head clear?